Hey guys, so really quickly, this was a vlog, but I realized like once I was done editing the video, I didn't really like do an intro. I didn't say what it was about. I didn't say where I was going and why. I mean, you can tell in the video where I'm going, but I just want to quickly, briefly, I look rough and a mess. Ignore this. But so this past weekend I was in LA for Sephora Squad. If you don't know what Sephora Squad is, um, so sorry. Earlier in the year, Sephora had like I don't want to say competition, but that's kind of what it was, for like influencers of all walks of life, of all following size. So just like really authentic people. Um, just like I don't know any other way to say it. But they had it early in the year, and you had to make like the semifinals and the finals. And if you made the finals, you won. Yeah, basically. Or like you made the squad. So I applied earlier in the year, and literally 2 days like after I applied, my Instagram got hacked. And Instagram is kind of the way they were tracking the like to make sure your followers were authentic and see all those kind of things. And I was so pissed and I was so sad. And what's meant for you will never miss you, y'all. Whatever is meant for you, it won't escape you. It will always find its way to you. Because after that happened, I was really defeated. I was like, damn, that's sad. Come to find out, I wouldn't have qualified anyway because I work for Sephora. So they didn't have that. Come to find out, they had one specially for employees. And meanwhile, I had just started a new Instagram, so I had like 100 followers, if that. It was just like I was like adding all my friends back, and I had to let them know, like, it's not spam. It really is me adding you back because my last account was hacked, and I couldn't get it back. It was the kind of hack where they changed my password and my email address. So, like, I contacted Instagram. They were like trying to get me to recover my makeup page, and I was like, I don't need that. That's not the. I was just annoyed. They couldn't recover it. I had to start a new one. So when I applied for the one for employees, I was like, I had like this doubt in my head. Like I really wasn't going to apply. I was like, this just happened to me and I was already defeated about that. So I went ahead and applied anyway. And the way I'll kind of say voting, so to speak, was just by the people that follow us all over like our channels and Instagram to leave us testimonials. So I hit up everybody. I just let them know like this is what I'm doing. A lot of people were like didn't know what it was, and I had to like explain it to them. So basically, so after the OG Sephora squad, like just the people that they're not Sephora employees, they already made the squad. But like the day, what was I saying? I think it was just when I found out, I was really excited. And then a couple of days after that, because I thought we had to wait a whole month to find out. So it was 60 semifinalists. And then like I just scrolled down to see everybody that made it. I was like, oh my God, this is a lot of people. And I just felt defeated. I really, honestly, y'all, I didn't think I would make it because I had to like start my Instagram over, and I was like, I didn't know if they were going off of like, how big your following is, and like I was like this, and then I was like clicking on people's pages. People had like 39K followers, 60K followers. I was like, oh, there's no way. I just have 150 followers on my Instagram now. Like I just went from like 3,000 to like I think it was 3,000. It was something like that. Well, 2,000. It was something like that. To 150 followers. So it was very defeating. And like my coworker, oh, that's my bae. She was like telling me, because she has a lot of followers. So I was not even surprised. And she's such a good human being. I'm ranting at this point. I just want y'all to know what led to the point that you're going to see this video. I will leave timestamps of when the actual trip starts so you can watch it from there. But if you don't know what it is, that's why I'm explaining this, so you're not just kind of lost, like, what is happening. And so I scrolled out and I saw her face too. Ooh, immediately I got so happy. So a couple of days later, they emailed us telling us that we made it. But so like from when everybody else found out, from when we found out, it was like a month apart. So we couldn't see anything because obviously we signed it like an NDA and stuff like that. But like I was so excited. So like when it was announced, I was still excited. But because I had been excited for like when I found out and we couldn't say anything, I was just like overjoyed. Like the reason why I didn't think I was going to make it was because of the following thing. And to me, it just shows that they were like really honest to what they were saying. Like when you apply, it's not about how many followers you have, it's about who you are, what people say about you, and you know what your content is, and just like mostly it was the testimonials of just different people leaving stuff for me. I think that's what really sealed the deal, because I know people that had like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of testimonials. And I remember at some point, I couldn't even, like, I didn't want to keep refreshing it, because every time you leave a testimonial and you reach a certain amount of number, you get an email about it. And at the point I was at 15, I was like, the people I know are like at 250. I'm at 15. I was like, I was not going to make it. And when they emailed me, y'all, I was in disbelief. And when I made the finalist, I was so excited. So this trip was basically us meeting, like us going to Sephoria, which you guys will see in the next one, because this video will be way too long, like way too long if I added that part. So the first night was us just like getting to meet like each other, because we're all from different states. And the Sephora Squad is all Sephoras and Sephora Canada. So the fact that I made it, and then the fact that all of us made it, is just like really amazing. And I'm just really grateful. I'm really thankful for this experience. And I'm super excited. And the Sephora Squad, I don't know if it's because we're employees of the company. We just clicked. Like y'all would have thought we knew each other for a long time. Like we just clicked. It just was everything. And that's basically what this vlog is about. So I'm gonna let you enjoy, and I'm gonna shut up, and I see you in the next one.
Say hey, y'all. Nika, say hey.
What's up? It's the girl. It's the girl. It's me. The baby. All over your TV.
So I am just finally back on my regular camera. I'm just really about to nap for like 3 hours. Do I have time? Yeah, for like 3 hours, because I need it. And then I'm gonna get ready for our event tonight. So when I come back from that event is actually when I'm going to unpack, because I can't do that right now. I'm really tired. And if this vlog is a little janky, pardon me, because I'm just trying to get back or get in the groove of vlogging. And I know on my channel it's been all tutorials, but you know, why not? Why not do it all? Okay. So I'll see you guys later this evening when I'm getting ready to go meet the rest of the crew. Bye. Y'all just on my vlog, you know, casually. Yes! Let me, okay. Right. Yes! Yes! Yeah! Serve it fast. You already know.
Getting this your help.
We are, tonight we really feel like you are a true representation of Sephora's values. And tonight is kind of a magical moment where we are thrilled to start watching you flourish and really share your creativity with the world. There's a lot of people from the FSC here who are pumped to meet you and learn your stories. And we also have members of the 14 here too who are here to answer any questions you might have or give you any support you may need. But really, everyone in this room is here to support you so that you can really achieve your goals and dreams.
Say hi, Roxy.
And we're so excited to have them here tonight with us to share some of their experiences. They're obviously experts in the field and have really kind of mastered their own voices and how to speak authentically about products, about their stories, and how to connect with their audiences. So I'm really excited to spend some time getting to know each of them and also allow you to ask them some questions about their own, journeys in space. So we'll just kind of run through quickly and do intros, and then we can jump into some questions. I'll let you start, Kaxmi.
Hi, hello everyone. I am so excited to be here. My name is Mama Cax. I'm a blogger, I'm an advocate, and I'm also a model.
Woo!
I recently, is that coming for me? And joined Sephora Squad not too long ago. Well, has it been a long time? February. Wow, okay. So quite a while ago. And I've just been having such a great time testing different products and, writing about them. And I'm glad to share, how this all came to be with you guys today.
Yes.
Hi. Hi, my name is Liz.
actually Raz, but you probably know me as Vampire Roxy or Roxy, so it's okay because my first name is really hard to pronounce. I'm originally from Israel, but I lived in the United States now for about 8 or 9 years.
Hey.
And just in fact, someone asked me if I immigrated here alone, so yes.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, being a part of this program is like obviously was I guess like the best part so far of my career at least. And yeah, that's it. I live here in LA, and I'm very excited for this weekend. I think about y'all.
Hi everyone, my name is Kevin, also known as Flawless Kevin on the internet. My pronouns are he, him, and his. And on the internet, I create YouTube videos as well as Instagram makeup tutorials, but I give it a little twist to it. I talk in them and make it a little bit more comedic, and so that's my own little spin-off on makeup tutorials on there. And I'm so excited to get to know each and every single one of you and enjoy the night.
Hi guys, my name is Ryan. I've been doing this since I was 15. I still low-key can look 15. You know, I moved, just like I do. But yeah, so I've been doing this for, I think like 4 years now. I moved out to LA 2 years ago. I live here with my boyfriend and my dog, live in that housewife fancy. But yeah, so it's been going good. I really like LA.
Oh my God. Yes. Hi everyone. Oh my God, stop it. My name is Shalom Black. Some of you guys might know me. I started off just telling my story about how I got burned, and that just kind of took off out of nowhere for me. So I'm very thankful and blessed. And I moved to LA about 2 years ago too, and I was kind of off and on LA, but then I'm back for good. And then when I came back, Sephora reached out to me to represent this company, so I'm very appreciative, and I'm so glad that they decided to include the employees, because you guys are not only working for Sephora, you're working with Sephora now, which is amazing. So I think we are all happy to be here. So thank you, Sephora.
You guys. Absolutely loved partnering with all of you, and I'm sure you've seen them in a lot of our content so far, and much more to come this year. And speaking on content, I know like each of you have kind of your own voice, your own style, your aesthetic, and your own audience. So I would love to just hear from some of you on how you go about kind of creating and establishing your voice in the space and what that looks like, and how much of what you do is really led and driven by your audience and your fans. Who wants to start? You're like, Kevin, you see, yeah, go for it.
So as I mentioned, I create comedic makeup tutorials on Instagram, but not only do I talk my makeup tutorials, that's something that in a way separates myself because I have not seen many people doing that on that platform. I also take inspiration from my own interests, such as K-pop. I really like BTS. I also like anime and all that. So I draw inspiration from my own interests and beauty, and combining that together, I not only bring in audiences from the beauty space, but people from the anime or K-pop fandoms. And so it brings a whole new set of eyes to beauty. So many people tell me, oh my God, I watch your stuff, I didn't even wear makeup, but I kind of want to start now. I found you because you did makeup look inspired by this anime show or this character or this K-pop album or whatever. And so I think bringing in your own interests and applying that to beauty in that sense, I think will really separate and differentiate your own perspective from the rest.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. Nice. Great. Shalom, do you want to, or Ryan?
Ryan, go ahead.
I kind of started doing this when like I said, like when I was like 15, 16, just because I didn't really have like a hobby in high school, so makeup was kind of like the outlet for me, just because like sports isn't really my thing, probably could tell, and I just wanted something to have an outlet, and I feel like what kind of sets me apart now is I kind of just keep to myself. I kind of just I try to stay out of drama, and I think people can kind of appreciate with that. I think, especially with like the community now, it can be very, very, very drama filled, and I think it's kind of like a refresher to follow someone that is like, hey, here's my dog, cooking this tonight. And I think it's very lighthearted, and I think people like that. And I kind of here recently have been doing lots of like editorial type stuff. Like I really love like 90s supermodel fashion and things like that, and people have been pretty receptive to that, and I've just been kind of branching out, and I think people kind of like seeing that. So
yeah. The question basically, how do you separate yourself? I think for me, honestly, is being authentic to myself, because for so long I struggled with insecurities and trying to fit in. And so starting my channel, I started because I didn't see anyone that looked like me, that had scars, that were doing tutorials, you know. But I knew so many people that have been through what I have been through. So I'm like, okay, let me make this channel and start doing tutorials that I was not really great at, but I feel like eventually learning from other influencers that were doing makeup at the time kind of taught me a lot on what I can do for myself, even though they were not necessarily doing it for me. So I guess that is what separated me from everyone else. And then just talking about my story, I feel like with social media now, a lot of people, the audience, want to connect with the creator in a personal level. You know, why am I watching you? Sometimes it's not necessarily about, oh, you did the bomb eyeshadow. You know, it's more so like, what does this person personal life, I don't know how to say it, but kind of like personal life. So it's kind of important to share that, just not too personal. I guess have a balance of how you can go about that. So.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost like a friend. They're watching a friend, and you're very relatable in the way that you know, that you all talk to your audiences, and it doesn't feel like it's aspirational, but it's not unattainable, and it feels like you could be, you know, a friend in their room talking through makeup. So so I think you all kind of mastered that. And Laraz and Mama Cax, I know you also do a lot of fashion content too. So tell me about that. How are you touching on beauty as well as fashion, and you know, how do you kind of balance that? What does that look like?
For me, it's all interconnected. So the way I started on social media was at a time when Instagram, you know, just came out. So people were sharing things they loved, things about their personal life. No one was thinking about building a platform. So you didn't think, you weren't curating or anything. We were just all content creators. So for me, I just kept doing that, except I started adding a lot of elements similar to Shalom, where I started talking about my experience, you know, going through cancer, surviving cancer, and then kind of like showing people my scars and talking about why I was ashamed of them and what I'm doing to sort of like overcome these. But I always had sort of like such a strong passion about skincare. So sort of like sharing those and realizing everyone wanted their skin to look amazing and they wanted to know what I was using. So started sharing that. And I think this is sort of like the key thing I keep, I've kept with me throughout my journey. I write about things that I'm passionate about. I don't really follow what, you know, what my followers want to see me post. Basically, if I'm not driven by it, I'm not gonna post about it. And with fashion, I always say that I fell in love with fashion because of how I used to be ashamed of my body, and covering myself made me feel great. So that's how I sort of like got in love for fashion, and that continues, but in a way where now that I'm very much confident, I'm using fashion as a way to express myself. And as a lot of you can probably relate, the more extra I can be, then the better.
Well, to me, when I started the fashion and everything, it was just, well, when I started everything, it was with special effect makeup, and then I moved to editorial, and then just makeup, and then fashion. So for me, it's just like, it really a mix, and like really, as she said, like for me, it's like what I want to do now, and if there's something I want to do now, and this is what I like and I'm passionate about, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going by trends. I could, and if I would probably be within the millions right now, but I don't do that kind of stuff. And this is why I really started with fashion. And it's really, well, not funny, but it's crazy how everything works, because brands I wanted to work with is reaching out, like, we want you as our ambassador, and I'm like, what is this even thing? Like, really? Because I'm not even, you know, that big. I'm not within the millions. So you would think, well, they probably wouldn't work with me, but then they do. So I think it's a lot about what you're passionate about, because I think that, again, it's something that the audience can feel. I don't know, that's just what it is really for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're all driven by your own passions, and I think that comes across, and your audience is receptive to that. And
even with like makeup, because was even crazier, because I was trying to apply to, you know, a contest in the beginning of the year for brows, and you know, I didn't get it, but then another brand saw me, and now they took me for their brow campaign, and brows for me is like everything. Brows, like, I will wake up with my brows, you know.
Great. And on the topic of brands, so obviously, you know, brands are approaching you, you're working with a number of them, and you all have such an authentic voice, and you're really driven by what excites you, and I think that's hard to find in the space. But obviously, you know, there are brand opportunities. So how do you think about either saying yes or no when you are approached, and when you do, you know, what are you doing to really kind of strike that balance between maintaining your own voice and really giving your audience, you know, content that feels on brand for you, but also satisfying the brand needs?
For me, I don't think it's ever hard making a decision on yes or no. I already have a brand, and it's about self-acceptance, self-care, self-love. So anything that goes against that, I won't take. Oftentimes, maybe the deal breaker is probably, you know, whether they have the funding for it or not, because she needs to get paid. with exposure.
Yeah, yes.
So there's that. But I've gotten to partnerships where they reach out to me, and it seems like a great opportunity. The money's great, but I look at the product. In one specific one, I'm not going to say the brand obviously, but they wanted me to be part of this social media campaign for swimsuit. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'll do that. And once I saw the pictures, it was not something that I would wear at all. It was very exposed, wouldn't feel comfortable wearing it. So I told them it's not my style. Unfortunately, I can do it. And their response was, okay, we'll pay you for you to create the content. You don't have to post it on your page. And to me, that was just the same. I'm still creating the content and giving it to you. It's gonna go somewhere. So I think you just need to be at a place where you set sort of like boundaries for yourself, knowing what your brand is, what you're trying to do, what your overall goal is, and knowing that no amount of money should make you feel like you have to step out of your comfort zone. And obviously, I get a lot of emails from, you know, those tea brands, you know, appetite suppressant, all that kind of stuff. Some people do take them, but for me, it's not what I do. So yeah, it's not a hard thing for me to figure out whether a partnership is right for me.
I completely agree with what you're saying, and I think sometimes too, it's the time. And I think we'll work with that with like Sephora. When I don't have time for a certain brand deal, I can, you know, either say I can't do it, or maybe talk with them or any brand basically to figure out when can we, you know, still work on this project, because most of the time the brand deals that I get is in my field. It's stuff that I do like. It's makeup. So I just change the times and date and see if it works for the brand, and if it does, you just go ahead and do that. If not, you know, it's like,
it is what it is.
Another one is gonna come.
Right.
And I think it's good that you're being honest about your timelines too, and brands appreciate that up front. So
I would say also time is like a big thing too, and like determining whether or not, because we do like the same thing. So a lot of the makeup is like, I'm pretty into the makeup that's like offered to talk about. I would say also, I think each and every one of us has like a brand when you think about it. Like our face is our brand, our personality is our brand, and I think if you look at it from the aspect of like, if I took myself out and if I was someone following me, would this seem off that I posted this? Would people be kind of like, oh, like that's kind of odd, like you never talked about that.
Right.
And so I think that's like one important question to ask yourself, and kind of just take yourself out and see like, would this be disingenuous for me talking about this? Have I ever used this before? Do I use this brand? Do I use this makeup? And I think those are like, I think it's just good to like ask yourself questions before even replying to the email. So.
great. And Kevin, any thoughts on that before we jump into Q&A?
I think your trust with your audience is way more valuable and priceless than any price on a brand deal. So the moment they sense your phoniness, they're gonna lose that trust, and it's so hard to get that back, especially when it's hard enough to get that trust in the first place. So I think you need to be very cognizant of that when coming into brand deals.